A very good morning, students. So here is our lecture number. We are on our lecture number 3 from the chapter that is biotechnology and its applications. And today, continuing with our applications in medicine, we will talk about today about the molecular diagnosis, right? Molecular diagnosis means how can you diagnose a disease, and what are the latest method, what are the latest technology which are used at the molecular level, at the DNA level, to diagnose a disease. As you know that in the older time, the conventional method, the old method, that is the blood sample and analysis, serum sample analysis and urine analysis. But the problem with them is that if they are not easily done for the early diagnosis of a disease. It means if the person is having less concentration of pathogen, then that results, we are not able to find out the results with these blood analysis and urine analysis. So that is why these times many techniques called recombinant DNA technology, PCR, polymerase chain reaction, and ELISA, they are developed for specially early detection of diseases. They were developed for early detection of disease in the body. So molecular diagnosis, especially these days, very commonly used, that is the PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Why? How do you come to know that you are suffering from some disease or some pathogen it has attacked in your body? How do you know about that? Presence of pathogen, presence of a disease that is normally identified or that is suspected, or we came to know about that only when you start having the symptoms. But when you are having symptoms, it means the concentration of pathogen is very already high in the body. But what happened if you are having, what happened in that case if you are having pathogen into your body? You are having pathogen, but the concentration of pathogen is very low. In that case, you will not get symptoms. So very low concentration of a bacteria, very low concentration of a virus in the body, that can be detected by amplification of their DNA with the help of the technique which we already discussed thoroughly in our previous chapter, and it is your polymerase chain reaction, right? So major aim of PCR, which helped us in this medicinal area to find out, to diagnose the disease, even a person is suffering from a very low concentration of that pathogen, right? Use of PCR usually, that is to detect HIV, human immunodeficiency virus in the AIDS patient, those who are suspected that they can have this virus. To detect, even it is very useful to detect mutation, changes in the genes in the cancer patients. We can easily detect that at which gene the change has occurred, that a person is suffering from this particular cancer. To identify many other hereditary disorders, genetic disorders like sickle cell anemia, then hemophilia, to identify many other genetic disorders, this process, this technique is really helpful. What only you have to do, a single stranded DNA or RNA, it is attached with a radioactive molecule, hybridized with the complementary DNA, and then it is detected by the autoradiography. Now the cloned DNA which is having mutated gene, it will not appear on the film because the probe which you have used, it will not make complementarity with the mutation gene. It is simple that you will tag, you take a single, suppose this single DNA you will take, right, and it is tagged with the radioactive probe, suppose at this position. Now this is hybridized to its complementary DNA in a clone of cell, and then you can detect it with the technique that is called autoradiography. If this clone, it is having mutated gene, then if there is a change, they will not appear. Why they will not appear? Because then this probe will not have complementarity with the mutated gene. प्रोब की कॉम्प्लीमेंटैरिटी तो बच्चों नॉर्मल जीन के लिए है, राइट. सपोज यू हैव अटैच्ड हियर प्रोब लाइक दिस. This can make connection with the normal gene, but if these genes are mutated, it cannot form the complementary base pair with the mutated gene. So अगर base pair बनेगा ही नहीं, complementarity बनेगी ही नहीं, तो it will not appear on the film. So that is the first, these days very commonly used. The other method commonly used is ELISA. ELISA is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. ELISA was discovered, the technique of ELISA, it was invented by the scientist, by the Eva Engvall and Peter Perlman. Now, what is the principle? ELISA is based on a very simple principle, that is the reaction between antigen and antibody. Now, definitely the person will have pathogen. Infection by pathogen can be detected by the presence of antigens. या तो आप एंटीजन डिटेक्ट कर लो, those proteins or glycoproteins or virus or bacteria, or you can detect the antibodies which are synthesized in the person's serum against that particular antigen. So here, as you can see this diagram, that here this is our antibody and here is the antigen. Now here you have added the enzyme. Enzyme will react with the antigen antibody complex. So what have you done? You have taken a sample. In the sample you will first binding it with antigen antibody, then you will wash it, then you label it with enzyme, and then you will observe your result. This is the process. सबसे पहले what is done? I tell you the steps in the ELISA. First step in the ELISA is antigen. Antigen can be any virus, or let's take black color. Antigen can be virus, it can be any bacteria or protein, or it can be protein. So it is immobilized, it is added on a plate. And what is that plate known as? On the surface of that is polystyrene micro titer plate, right? So you have absorbed the antigen. किसके surface पे? polystyrene microtiter plate. Now, second step, what will you do? Serum from patient, right, is added to plate. Now एंटीजन भी डाल दिया, एंटीबॉडी भी डाल दिया. नाउ दिस विल रिजल्ट इन, what will it result in? Antigen antibody complex, right? Antigen antibody complex will be formed. Fourth step, extra serum is discarded. You will discard extra serum. After this, after the formation of complex, now you will add enzyme. What is the name of the enzyme? Alkaline phosphatase. You will add one enzyme that is called alkaline phosphatase will add. And the property of alkaline phosphatase is, I am writing here for you people, that property of alkaline phosphatase, AP, is that it is only and only binds to antigen antibody complex. If suppose antigen antibody complex has successfully formed from patient serum and antigen, then the colored complex, the enzyme will bind to this complex and a colored complex will be detected by which equipment? Called spectrophotometer. If this colored complex is detected, what does it mean? It indicates that pathogen, the patient has that pathogen or disease, and vice versa. If the colored complex not formed, then definitely the test will come out to be negative, and it means the person is not suffering from that disease, right? There we are finishing with our second part of this application, that is the applications in the medicine. From tomorrow we are going to start that is with the transgenic animals. We will discuss in our next lecture, as well as I will teach you some ethic which we follow in the biology when we perform some experiment. So I will meet you in tomorrow's lecture with the bioethics, transgenic animals and the biopiracy.